Hello everyone, my name is Amanita and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Cold Steel. In this episode, there was a big fire in the military factory in Ruhr City. The perpetrator seems to be the terrorists. And now, it seems like not the terrorist only target to be attacked. We are forced to go to the Sachsen iron mine. Oh god, I have to dodge these monsters again.
Ugh, every minute we spend here, things are getting worse for the miners.
Yeah.
Stay calm, Elisa.
Yeah, the railway military police are on their way, after all.
Let's at least try and get a look at what's going on.
Bastard.
Let's get this over with. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna kill you so I could fill my craft points.
Leave it to me.
That's done.
All right, let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving.
But man, if terrorists really were planning to blow up the mine?
It would shake the very foundations of the Empire.
Oh god, I need to pass that big monster.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful!
Let's skip that. Good. Alright, we have reached the iron mine. What the hell? Boy, that sounds pretty bad. This is awful! Smoke's pouring out all over the place. Can't sit so far like this. Did the terrorists set fire to something? Looks like the fire's been put out, but something still seems off. So, the terrorists decided to strike here rather than the military factory. Look! Over there by the entrance! Oh my god, another clash! Huh. Looks like the railway military police and the provincial army. Yeah, but what are they doing here? Looks like the entrance is completely blocked off though. Let's go and take a closer look. Is the miners okay though? We cannot see any miners outside so far. The terrorists have complete control of the mine. They have taken the miners hostage, and they don't want to enter the mine and put their lives in jeopardy. And that's why you are standing out here twiddling your thumbs without even attempting to negotiate with them. They clearly have an objective in mind here. We can allow them to buy any further time. It looks like a pretty heated agreement. So the terrorists have taken over the mine. And as the first ones on the scene, the provincial army has taken it upon themselves to set up a blockade. Or at least that's what it looks like at first glance. But why? Man, this has suspicious fur all over it. Yep, the provincial army is too well prepared. No matter how you look at this, they've gotta be in on it. You can be serious. In on it. The terrorists set off X kind of explosion in there. Look at all the smoke pouring out. That's what I want you to think. But that doesn't look like smoke from a fire to me. They're probably using smoke grenades. Smoke grenades? If that's true, that means the provincial army has some other reason for blockading the mine. Maybe it's got something to do with Reinforced's first factory. Ah, that's right. The railway military police were investigating the first factory too, weren't they? Yeah, that's what Captain Claire said. And that makes the timing of all this look pretty damn suspect. Almost like there's something they are trying to hide. And that'll mean they sell the mine to give them to dispose of it. Makes a fair bit of sense, if you think about it. But what could they be trying to hide? What's down there? No way to say for sure right now. What I can say though, is that it's pretty likely the miners are in danger. We need to find some way to help them if we can. Let's return to the road for now. We need to think carefully about what to do next. Lisa. Yep, if you're going in, it's better to have a plan. Alright, let's head back. Really? Just like that? Well, it's a good thing because we don't have to do another major fight twice in a row. It gives us some time to recover.
Well, to start with, we need to work out exactly what's going on here.
If it's true that the terrorists are working with the Noble faction, then it seems likely their aim is to eliminate the evidence of whatever they've been hiding in the first factory.
But did they really have to go this far? The iron mine is owned by His Majesty the Emperor himself, right?
That's right. The province of Nortia is tasked with managing it while Rhineford mines, refines, and processes the iron. And iron is the single most vital natural resource to this nation's continued survival. If this isn't resolved quickly, it's going to deal a heavy blow to the entire country, including the nobles themselves.
So I guess the question is just whether the Noble faction and the terrorists realize that or not. Sounds to me like they're a pretty divided bunch as it is.
Yep. The terrorists seem like they're basically all commoners too. They're only cooperating because they both see the Chancellor as a common enemy.
And if that's the case, it seems pretty likely that what they're doing here is related to that somehow.
Sounds like someone started the party without me.
Oh, you guys in here.
Angelica?
You came too, George?
Yo, figured you'd show up eventually.
Well, we had to test the sidecar, obviously.
This bike is just full of surprises. You made the trip to Ruhr in 7 hours.
7 hours? That's pretty long for a bike, you know? My butt will be freaking hurt for sitting 7 hours in a motorcycle.
So, speed-wise, we're looking great. Comfort, though, we're gonna have to tweak a few things.
I swear, you two never change. Kinda figured Toho wouldn't be able to make it too.
Yeah, she's working on gathering a boatload of information, though. She said she'd be in touch if she finds anything out.
That's reassuring at least.
Could someone tell me what's going on?
You seem to be hot on the trail of something, but I'm not sure it's the same thing we're investigating.
Does this have something to do with those family affairs you told me you were worried about?
Yeah, it does. I had some nagging suspicions about it. Unfortunately, my hunch turned out to be right on the money.
Hold on. Isn't the director of the first factory...
My dear Uncle Heidel Rogner, yeah. Seems like it might do us both some good to swap info. How about it?
Let's find a better place to talk.
They're dumping iron onto the black market?
Yeah. The amount of steel they're producing doesn't quite match up with the amount of iron ore being mined. That's been the case for quite a few years now.
Officially, the reason given is that the purity of the ore being mined is lower now than it used to be. But if you look at what's coming out of the mine, there's no evidence of that.
Well, that would explain why the figures don't add up.
And because they were feeding the raw iron onto the black market rather than the finished steel...
That makes it a lot harder to notice when a little goes missing here and there.
Man, Toho put all the pieces together on her own?
I'd expect no less from my beloved Toa.
She poured over everything. Rhineford's yearly sales figures, government reports on the mine's productivity, you name it.
Damn, Toa. You know what? It should be detectives, you know? She is freaking made for that. Or, you know, she can just stay in military and become a general in the future. She can later be a general in the future, as an intelligent division.
That's how she picked up on the discrepancy.
She's really something else.
Iron ore being sold off the black market, accounting sheets that don't add up... George, how much iron ore is unaccounted for, roughly speaking? Do you know? Assuming for a moment that all the missing iron was refined into steel, how much steel would we be looking at?
Probably a lot.
This is just a bit of speculative math on my part, but I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of 100,000 Torum, which is enough to build 2,000 oxen tanks.
Yep, I reckon to have a civil war.
2,000?
That's practically an army.
The Sachsen iron mine is a pillar of the Empire's economy. The amount of iron they pull out of there is almost ridiculous. Even if you pocket a small amount every year, it's going to add up to a lot of iron real quick.
But what are they planning to do with all of it? Is the Noble faction trying to make their own tanks in secret?
They couldn't even if they wanted to. Only the second factory has the knowledge and equipment to make tanks. And not only does the second factory have close ties with the Imperial Army, it also leans toward the reformist faction.
You need all kinds of complicated technology to make even a basic tank. It's not as simple as just grabbing some steel, some blueprints, and some grease and getting to work.
So what does that leave them? Selling the iron to another country for profit?
Terrorists? I mean, they do seem to know how to make things.
I don't know how likely that is. Seems like deals that big would be too easy to trace.
Okay, so setting aside the ore itself for a moment, now that you know this, and given what's happening in Ruhr right now, what were the two of you planning on doing?
Oh. It's pretty simple. My uncle oversees the first factory, and the provincial army is blockading the mine. There's no way my family isn't involved. On the other side, you've got all the miners just trying to do their jobs who got dragged into this whole mess. I'm a Ragnar. I might not be a great daughter, but there's no way I'm gonna let this go on without putting up a fight.
Angie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're seriously gonna go talk to your old man about this?
Hell no. Like he'd even listen to a word I said. Same goes for the provincial army. I'd just be wasting my breath. That's why I'm planning on sorting out this mess myself. I used to work part-time in the mine. I know the place like the back of my hand. As long as I can find my way inside, I think I can handle the terrorists well enough.
I figured you'd say something like that.
Honestly, does nothing faze you?
In that case, I'd like to ask that you take us along.
Knew it. I knew they were going to ask.
We can look at this as a test of how to best respond to a sudden crisis. Looking at it from that perspective, I think it fits neatly within the scope of our field study, don't you?
Yeah, after hearing all that, I don't want to let them have their way.
Agreed.
I'm with Angelica here. My family's involved in this too. I feel like I have a duty to do something about it.
Thanks. Truth be told, I was kind of hoping you'd back me up anyway. Whatever help you can give, I'll take it.
Let's go.
Well, that's that.
The next thing we need to consider is how to slip into the mine without the provincial army taking notice. At the very least, Angie should be able to get the officer in charge to talk with her, but...
So, what, we sneak inside while she's distracting them?
I don't know, that sounds a little overly simplistic to work.
Leave finding our way in to me. If anyone's good at cutting red tape, it's my mother. Maybe she could help us out.
She could, but would she?
Well, if you think so.
Alright, I'll leave securing an alternate route to you then. For now, I'm gonna see if I can find out anything else about my family's or the provincial army's involvement here. George, give Toa a call and see if you can find out what the Imperial government is doing about all this.
Gotcha. I'll see if I can turn up any machinery that might be useful too.
This is starting to feel like last year's field studies all over again.
We were glad to have George, Angelica, and Toa picking us up. In a crisis like this, we needed all the help we could get. And as our first order of business, we went to see Chairman Irina, hoping she'll know some of a way to sneak into the mine. We should get going too. Your mother should be back at Reinford headquarters by now, right? I think so. Sharon said she'll be in around noon. We can always just ask at the reception desk though. Yeah. Looks like we'll be kicking into high gear again. I feel like every field study is destined to end up like this. Well, before doing that though, I need to confirm the side quest that we have right now. Hello, sorry for the delay. There's something going on, and I cannot return your shotgun. Completed the testing, I see. How did that go? Any significant problems? Nothing worthy of mention, no. I see, that's excellent news. How did the test weapon feel to use? Was it as powerful as you hoped? Well, the shot's trajectory was stable, making it easier to aim at specific targets. It was a significant improvement over any other shotgun I've used in terms of power, too. It really made me appreciate the quality of Frankfurt products. Haha, really? I'm relieved to hear that. It sounds like it won't be long before we begin mass production then. I'm surprised you haven't started already. Yeah, sounds like the new unit is pretty much perfect as it is. We still need to complete the long-term endurance test, I'm afraid. There are strict procedures which needs to be followed in order for a weapon to be declared fit for sale. They are much more intensive than the requirements for consumer goods. Well, our weaponry is generally designed to be sold in bulk to the Imperial Army, so naturally, standards need to be higher. Precisely. But your testing helps us take a big step towards completion, so thank you very much for your assistance today. Here's your reward. Thank you. Thank you very much. Come to think of it, I still haven't returned to the gun I used for the test. Oh, that won't be necessary. Consider that an additional reward for your help. The orbital unit was designed purely for test purpose, so we can use it for finished product regardless. I see. In that case, thank you very much. If that's everything, we should probably be going. Yes, of course. Thank you again. I hope this won't be the last time we work together. Yeah, it's complete. Good. And we kept the shotgun too. And before we go to the arena, there's something I want to show you. We got a new armor from the previous 2 episodes, I think, when we are still in Trista. I'm not using it yet because I want to show you guys about this first. And so, here it is. This is the orange jacket, probably the strongest armor in this game so far. So let's give it to the person who is using melee, which means they are going to get attacked a lot by enemies. I will give it to V. V, you receive the orange jacket because you are using melee and tend to use your attack a lot. So yeah, congratulations V, you get the orange jacket, the strongest armor in the game yet. And yeah, let's go to the tournament arena. Oh, hello. Oh, it's him. Long time no see, George. What are you doing here? This time you finally decided to transfer. It took you long enough. Sorry, but that's not why I'm here. There's actually something I'd like to borrow, and I need it soon. Well, hurry up and tell us then. Anything you need, we'll get it for you. Really? Oh man, that makes this easier. Well, you know the thing the professor was developing? The high-powered one? Can I borrow that? In secret? Now? In secret? Now? You've gotta be kidding. Borrowing what, exactly? I hope I can see it. Oh, thank you. Well, didn't expect that, but okay. I'm still bummed that I missed the chapter 7 of the novel. My plan was actually reading the story once I beat this game, but since I missed one chapter, I guess I'm not going to. It sucks. Let's get inside the Radford building. Wow, there's a lot of people suddenly in here. Of course it is, Sharon. You always know everything, what we are doing. Sharon. I am really impressed by your all-know mind. Did you put a bug on us, huh? Because you know everything about what we want to do. Lady Elisa, thank goodness you're alright. I was so worried when I heard you left the city. Oh, you're talking about the trouble at the mine, right? Actually, I was hoping to talk with Mother about that. Is she in her office right now? Sharon Irina returned just a short while ago. Would you like me to set up an appointment? Please. Yes, that's right. Lady Elisa has understood. She says she can see you right now, though she can't spare more than a few minutes. If you want to head up right now, she's waiting for you in her office. Thank you. It shouldn't take long. Alright, let's head up to the floor 23rd. Right. Why do I get the feeling Sharon is going to be right there to welcome us? You can count on it. I mean, it's Sharon we are talking about. I'm not going to be surprised if she is welcoming us. Right? Well, let's go. Finger crossed, I didn't miss any side quests.
Welcome back, everyone. I've been waiting for you.
How did you even get here?
Weren't you just on the 24th floor?
I see how it is. You're taking Rhineford's side again, huh?
As long as I wear this uniform, I'm simply a humble maid of the Rhineford household. You, the chairman, and Master Gwyn are all deeply important to me.
Thanks, I think. Show us in then.
Of course. Please follow me.
Bring them in.
As you wish.
Mother, we need to see you.
Excuse us.
I apologize for canceling our dinner plans last night, but it's looking unlikely I'll be able to join you tonight either.
No, that's fine. We understand.
It's hardly surprising given the current circumstances.
I'm not sure what's keeping you so busy, considering you haven't even managed to fulfill one of your most basic duties.
My lady.
The miners who work at Sachsen are employees of this company. With the Provincial Army barricading the mine and refusing to budge, those miners are at the mercy of the terrorists. I assume you've issued a formal objection to Marquis Ragnar?
Not on behalf of the company, no. It sounds like Director Heidel Ragnar of the First Factory has requested something be done as a formality, but nothing more.
That's it? The First Factory has been dumping huge amounts of ore onto the black market for years now. Don't even try and tell me you haven't noticed it.
Of course I've noticed. Being unable to bring the First Factory in line allowed that to happen, and that's my failure, I admit. But think, if we assume the terrorists aren't acting alone here, what good would it do to issue an objection to Marquis Ragnar?
Well...
There are many possible outcomes to this crisis, and we must be prepared for all of them. For example, we need to consider the possibility that the terrorists may set off an explosive in the mine, and how to respond to that.
Good thinking.
This is a global company. Measures will need to be put in place to protect stock prices, taking cross-spell into account too.
She's got a point. Anything that affects the Rhineford company is going to indirectly affect a lot of people's lives.
Correct. The Rhineford Group is its own entity with its own role to fill. And I have mine as chairman. The Provincial Army and the RMP are acting in accordance with their purpose. And one might even say the same of the terrorists. Action with a purpose. That's what keeps the world in motion. So tell me, what's your purpose?
Well...
If you get what I'm saying, I suggest you leave. I expect the explosion at the military factory is the extent of the damage the terrorists will cause here. I'll give you several additional tasks. I suggest you work on those for the remainder of the day.
Alright.
And considering the situation here, I think it'd be best if you leave Ruhr tomorrow morning. You have my permission as a sitting director on the Academy's board.
No, I don't think we will, because this game allows us to bring the Class 7 into any incident in the city they are in.
But...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yep.
I'm not going to keep making the same mistakes anymore.
Oh?
All my life, I've turned a blind eye to what was going on right in front of me. I did it when you drove Grandfather out and took his position as chairman. And I did it when Father died and you let work become your life. All along, you've been working to build the company bigger, and all along, I just looked the other way. But in our field studies at Thor's, I've seen the imbalances and injustices of the world crop up over and over again. But even with that, and all of us, really, have to face that head on. And that's exactly what we've been doing. You asked what our purpose is. After 6 months at the academy, that's my answer.
Well said.
Agreed.
That's why this time, I don't plan on backing down. You need to hear the truth. As your daughter, as your family, and above all, as someone who's watched the Rhineford Company grow ever since I was a little girl. Mother, you're running this company the wrong way.
Oh man, what a word to say.
My lady.
Can I assume you, in your infinite wisdom, are planning to tell me the correct way to run my company?
Naturally. But I still need more experience before I can do that. I promise you, though, that by the time I graduate from the academy, I'll show you how this company should be run. As someone who just might succeed you as the chairman someday, I should be able to do at least that much.
I like to say that.
It's one thing to make a promise. It's quite another to live up to it. Still, at least you're starting to see the bigger picture.
Mother.
Give it to her, Sharon.
Certainly. Here, my lady.
Oh.
What's this? Some kind of key card?
Correct. It opens the door to a passage that connects Ruhr City to the iron mine.
The maintenance room.
Wait.
There's really a secret passage?
The former chairman built it for use in case of an emergency. You'll find the entrance in the underground part of a maintenance room on the upper level of the city.
If we use that passage...
We should be able to completely avoid having to deal with the Provincial Army.
I'm not going to say thanks. Right now, I just believe this is the best way to press forward. And I'm going to tell you why through actions, not words.
Excuse us, Madam Chairman. We've learned a lot during our field studies, and we'll put it all to use to come out on top.
You don't need to worry about us.
They've grown a lot in the last 6 months. It's been a pleasure to watch them. Surely it wouldn't hurt to acknowledge that Lady Elisa has grown too.
She's still got a ways to go. If she wants to take the mantle of the Rhineford Company from me, she'll have to show me she's got what it takes. Anyway, it seems all our principal players have assembled. Can I ask you to do one more thing for me?
Certainly.
Oh. Yeah. I hope that's an upgrade. After our meeting, we contacted Angelica and George, and agreed to meet in front of the maintenance room that had the entrance to the secret passage to the mine.
Who would have thought there'd be an underground passage going all the way from Ruhr to the mine?
Isn't it quite far away though? Well, let's just see.
Gwen really does think of everything.
Oh, you know Elisa's grandfather?
I've heard you two got along famously back when he was still living in Ruhr.
He taught me all kinds of great stuff. How to pick up girls, the best spots in the entertainment district, you know, the really important things in life.
It's not that I can't believe it, it's that I can. Too easily.
I can only hope to sit and learn at the feet of the master one day.
Still, it's probably thanks to him that Angie didn't go any further off the rails than she did.
Can't deny that.
That's nothing to laugh about.
I wonder if we'll seem as colorful to the first years when we're second years.
Who knows? I've seen some sneak peek of the second game, thanks to YouTube recommending me the freaking trailer of it, and Rin seems very different compared to the first game.
So, you think this is gonna work?
Alright, that should do it.
What is this thing?
An orbital wave antenna?
It's currently in development at the Institute of Technology, but I managed to convince them to let me borrow it. It emits directional orbital waves to widen the area where you can transmit and receive signals. That means you'll be able to use your Arcus unit's communication functionality even down here in the mine.
Sweet.
That sounds pretty handy.
You can do that?
Yep, Toa's busy gathering information on what's going on across the Empire right now, and I'll be able to pass that info along to you while overseeing this operation. But if things get too dangerous, I'll give you the order to pull out, so make sure you keep the line open.
Gotcha.
Got it.
It'll be nice to have some support.
Well, if George is just a call away, we've got nothing to worry about.
Okay, I think it's about time we got going. And thanks again, everyone, for coming along. I've got my Arcus on me, so I should be able to hold my own in battle.
Always room for one more with us.
Your knowledge of the mine will really be invaluable.
I'm looking forward to seeing you clean up with those Taito skills of yours.
Yeah! Oh man, you are our shop. Sweet, that means I don't need to worry about upgrading our equipments. I just go. Oh my, I almost hit that.
Looks like this is just a one-way path.
Well, no chance of us getting lost in here at least. Let's run on through.
Yep. Let's get it.
Now's our chance.
Oh,
My turn!
mole. Moon mole. And what are you? Metal beetle. So the mole weakness is wind, and the beetle weakness is fire, water, and wind. Alrighty,
There!
go.
Go!
Yes.
I've got you!
My turn.
Yeah,
Come on, V. Kill it. Yes, good job.
I can do this.
Just one more hit. There we go.
That takes care of them.
Let's see. There's a chest in here. And that's it. We need to clear out some few mobs.
This one's all ours.
Alright,
My turn!
I'm going to clear you out first before getting the chest.
Leave it to me.
My turn.
I can do this. That takes care of them.
There we go. Oh. Nice. Hell yeah, inflict nightmare. EP charge 3. That is huge.
Oh yeah, Toa's been pretty worried about all of you, you know?
Well, glad to know she's looking out for us.
Yeah, though I feel a little bad since we're making more work for her.
We gotta pay Stoa some trade after this. Let's try
I can do
Angelica.
Right!
I want to try you, Angelica.
Now's our chance.
Show me your skill.
I'll handle it.
I'm in.
Let's punch the mole. Nice.
Go for it! You're open.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
And we should finish it, right? Nope.
I'll handle it.
There we go.
Done. But we can't relax yet.
I'm gonna try to get Angelica dialogue with other characters, like when they do some link attack as a finisher.
It's my turn.
What is that sound, Angelica? That is weird.
Okay.
It's my turn. That
Come
took
on,
care of
give
them.
Angelica some critical. I want to see her dialogue with other characters.
We've been walking for ages. How far are we at this point?
Judging by the distance we've traveled, I'd say we're about halfway.
How can you tell that?
There's the mine. Almost there.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
How can you see that, Machias? Chrono Burst.
They won't even know what hit them.
Let's try her craft. Laser bullet? How about that? Come on, Angelica.
Go!
Nice.
Go for it! You're open.
Wow.
Right.
Got it. Eat it! It's over.
There we go.
I can do this. Fire!
And still no dialogue.
Alright, let's keep on moving.
Huh. Come on. I'm gonna get Angelica dialogue someday. I'm gonna try it before we reach the mine. No. Get back.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Let's try Zero Impact.
How about this?
On Blends, please. No.
I live life my way. That's all there is to it.
Ah. Damn it. Still cannot get her dialogue with other characters. Come on. Salsa Bomb X, thank you very much, Jess.
This path's gotten real twisty all of a sudden.
I wonder if they built it like that to avoid the mine shafts.
If that's true, that must mean we're almost there.
Oh, hello. I don't see the wall. Cherry Bomb, thank you.
Over there.
Looks like we made it.
Is there a nearest point? No? Fine, let's just climb up. Huh, it's just the end of the passage. It must be. I don't see anywhere else to go but up. Well, we've walked up far enough, and it seems like we've been walking in the right direction at least. So right up above us, we've got a mine full of terrorists. Alright, let's get climbing. I'll bring up the rear. Crow, you're going first. Then Rin, Iliad, and Machias, in that order. Okay. That's fine with me, but... damn. Haha, give it up, Crow. I've known you long enough to know exactly what will happen if I let you go last. Go on and get climbing. Wait. Angelica! Oh, it's so they don't look up our skirts. You don't have to spell it out. I guess you can always count on Crow to be Crow, and Angelica to be Angelica. Haha, no kidding. Though I don't say why she'll put herself last though, using that advantage. I can also guess, building with that situation we are in, her mind will be fixed on other things. But it seems not. Let's get climbing.
Ah, this is pure bliss.
Stop that, Angelica!
Just kidding around. I love it when you're angry.
I swear, this girl.